Watched a collection of very intelligent panelists talk about education and education, the direction of education and where it's headed. And I think a really clear message that came through tonight was that teachers are overworked, that the education system as it is not sustainable, that it's broken and it needs fixing. And things like testing children at 4 are grinding teachers down and making them leave the profession in droves and actually having real difficulty recruiting new teachers coming in. And I think it's going to take somebody quite maverick to come in and turn education around.
It was a really good event. They were handing out the NUT's Manifesto for Education, which is a brilliant example of where education can go in the future. And I fully support the Education Manifesto.
I thought it was a really interesting 90 minutes, chaired well, really interesting diversity of people, and we were just saying how actually they talked to their briefs really well, and the quality of the debate was higher than at some of the televised question times that we've seen. Quite impressive. Some of the speakers I'd not seen before, and to get Nicky Morgan is a real coup, and to get Christine Blower as well. It's not often that they share a public platform. Really, really interesting in the run-up to the election as well. Well done, NUT.
I thought tonight was brilliant. I thought the speakers were very passionate about education, and I think that some of those myths that the Tories are trying to put across about education were nailed tonight. And I think there's hope for our education system if we have in place policies that really meet the needs of young people and not the needs of big business, which the Tories represent.
I'm the NUT rep at Hindley's College, sort of in Shepshed. We're one of the few remaining local authority upper schools in the county, so obviously it's a very interesting evening just to hear what Nicky had to say regarding free schools, because we're kind of like at the point of having a head teacher who wants us to become part of an academy chain, so finding out a bit more was quite useful. I think some of the other issues, I think what was really hitting this evening was the workload. Because obviously the 12 hours, that's minimal to most teachers, and there were the individuals in the audience who mentioned 60, 70 hours, which I think is more than alarming, and to be doing that on a weekly basis I think is hugely damaging and worrying for the profession as a whole.
I thought the evening went very, very well, and it's not often you have the opportunity to ask these questions from a minister who also happens to be in our local area.